Hi and thanks for watching. In this video I'll be drawing a Japanese manga and anime character called Guyver. Okay, very strange name, Guyver. Now if you're not too familiar with Guyver, don't worry about it. All will be revealed and explained during the making of this video. Now this video was requested by a great YouTuber and a great guy called Fongzilla. So Fong, I hope you enjoy this video drawing the Guyver, and I hope everyone watching this now also enjoys this video. So let's go drawing the Guyver. As you can see, I've already started shading a small part of this drawing, and it's the gap areas that I've actually started to shade in, and these gaps separate the different sections of the Guyver's armour. Okay, so let's continue with this and add some detail. Well, one side is complete. I think I'll leave that as it is, and I'm going to move on to the other side now. Get the detail put in, some very dark shading here for the detailed work. So let's get a move on with this and get it complete so we can start on the actual armour, the armour plate of Guyver. Moving on to the armour now, and I'm going to start in the dead centre of the chest. There's a very weird looking object here, right in the middle, almost where the heart is, dead centre, and it sticks out of the chest. Moving on to these tube-like appendages, objects. They come out of this section here and they move all the way up and into the side of the helmet. Okay, so here we go. Let's get these very lightly shaded in. This armor's quite magnificent, I must say. Here we go. Carefully does it for now. Gently shading in the area with a very light layer of shading, as usual. It's basically the same as in all of my drawings. A very light shading first, then a few layers built on top of that base layer. There we go. As you can see, I've completed the first layer of shading, and I'm now adding a further layer here and there. Not over everything, but just in certain parts. Now I don't want this piece of the armour to be prominent in any way, okay? It's behind the head, or to the side of the head. So I don't want this to push out at the viewer. So I want to keep it sort of anonymous. You know it's there, but you're not going to be totally focused on it. So the trick is to keep it light, or as light as possible. Okay. So there we go. There's the second layer complete. And now for some light detailing. Okay, let's get some detail applied to this shoulder armour. Now, as I've just mentioned, I don't want to make this too dark, the detailing. Keep it light. I want to keep it light. So there we go. Applying the detail now. There we go. Very carefully does it. This is moving along quite nicely. I'm quite happy with this so far. I must say, it's great fun drawing Guyver. It's a fun character to draw. I am really enjoying this. Fun. I hope you're enjoying this also, and I hope you like this version of the Guyver. Here we go. Next part. Once again, applying the detail on the other part of the chest armour. Now I think I'll add a little bit more detail on this side, and I'll make it a slight darker, so a few dark marks here and there. There we go, all the way down here. So there we go, the other side of the armour, the chest armour, or the chest plate I should say, is complete. I'm going to finish this little section off now by drawing in these two metallic spherical looking objects. These are like metallic balls, almost like ball bearings. So let's get these shaded in. Carefully does it. They're very shiny and reflective, these. There we go. Carefully does it. Now there's a highlight about here. So I don't want to put any shading in that area at all. I'm going to leave that blank. Leave the paper showing through there. There we go. A little bit of a highlight here as well, so I'll have to be careful there. Now that should do that. Shade in this little bit here. There we go. Just like that. I think a little bit of dark shading around this edge here. Just around here. And that should finish things off. Continuing on the facial area. Just taking me time here. I don't want to rush anything at this stage. Let's get some details done. Detailing put in here. Now I think it's about time I mentioned something about this Guyver character, for those who are not familiar with the Guyver. Now, I would actually like to recommend something for you to watch if you don't know anything about the Guyver, and that is the Guyver anime series. Okay, it's an animated series about this fantastic hero, and there's an English version on YouTube you can view. It's all dubbed in English and it's absolutely fantastic, I must say. So the Guyver, what is it and what does it do? Well, just to mention the series again, the anime series, it all starts with our hero, who's called Sho, S-H-O, Sho, and he's a high school student. Now him and his bud, his friend, are strolling along, minding their own business, just having some fun, a bit of a laugh, and they come across this box-like object, okay, metallic box-like object, but it has something organic inside it. Something is alive. So it's a very strange object to find, and it's just lying there on the ground. And our hero Sho is very inquisitive. He has a look, but he trips, he falls onto the object, knocks it, and he accidentally activates the Guyver unit. So when Sho activates this unit, it merges with him, rather painfully, I might add. It's a very uncomfortable experience for Sho. This armour merges or bonds with him, and it gives him great powers. Okay, it gives him fantastic protection, the armour, and amazing defensive capabilities, and also amazing offensive capabilities. So it's a very powerful armour. And that's basically what the armour is, what the Guyver is. It's an alien. It's alien technology, which has fantastic powers. It gives its host, whoever it bonds with or merges with, fantastic, amazing powers. So there we have it. There's a brief description of what the Guyver is and what it does as well. A very powerful piece of military hardware, alien military hardware. Now this area is quite dark, so I'm going to swap pens. I'm going to swap to this pen here, which is a very cheap gel pen, doesn't cost much, but still a pleasure to use, I must say, and it gives a very dark mark, okay, which is fantastic for this part of the drone. Moving forward a little bit, I've done further work in this area just to move things along. So now I'm going to tackle this little spherical object here. There's a few of these spheres dotted about the Guyver. Here we go. And I must say, I do enjoy drawing these objects. They're nice and shiny, and it is a little bit of a challenge for me, I must say, to draw spherical reflective objects. I do find it a little bit tricky, but really good fun, I must say. So here we go. Now it gets quite light down here, so not much shading. So I think I'll leave it at that. It's quite bright on the photograph, so I don't want to apply too much pen work in this area. So let's move up the top here. Some very dark shading here. Applying a little bit more pressure to the pen. Get it nice and dark. Okay, here we go. Let's start on this ball. Right. Making sure to leave certain parts of the paper free of pen, free of shading, because certain parts of these objects have got very bright highlights on them, such as this little bit here, and there's a very bright highlight here. So let's leave a little circle there. There it is. I'm going to leave that alone. No shading in there at all, and quite dark in the center here. There we go. No light is reflecting off that area, and I think I'll leave it at that. A little bit on the top here to finish things off. There we go. And I think that's it. Well, here we go. I'm now starting to shade in the final part of the drone, and that is of course this eye, the Guyver's left eye, which is of course on our right side. The final part of the drone. If you've followed this video throughout, if you've watched the whole lot, thank you very much and well done, because I think it is on for quite some time, this video. I do try and keep them as short as possible, but when you do narrate a video, when you talk all the way through it, it can get a bit lengthy. Okay, so thank you very much for sticking around and watching this video. Hope you've been enjoying it. So there we go, there's the first layer of shading complete. There we go. And now for some details on the eye itself. It's very insect-like. I must say, the details on this eye, it's like a compound eye. So here we go. Around like that, along here. I'll draw this first line in first. There we go. There it is. I don't want them too dark. And now for the next row. Very insect-like, as I've said. A predatory insect. There we go. Next row down here. Just like that. There we go. And now for the upper part. Just keep everything even. as even as possible. It's been a very tricky drone, to be honest with you. But as I said, great fun. It is great fun drawing tricky characters that are very tricky to draw. It is a bit of a challenge, and this has been quite a bit of a challenge. It's been really a technical exercise, to be honest with you. Somewhat of a technical exercise, the Guyver. So let's change pens, okay, because I'm going to apply a very dark line around the inside of this eye, just to make it stand out a bit more. This should do the trick. There we go. Just like that. Well, there we go. All completed. The Guyver, as requested by Fongzilla. Fong, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you like the end result, the final drone. And indeed, I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this video, and I hope everyone likes the final drone of the Guyver. I know for me it's been great fun drawing this wonderful character. It's been tricky at times, but that just adds to the enjoyment. So for now, once again, thank you for watching. Bye bye and take care.